YouTube. What's good with y'all? It's your boy Peeps, back with another banger video, man. Giving y'all the latest, greatest of news. And today, y'all, I got a little treat for y'all, man. I figured it out. Yes, I said it. I figured it out, man. I know who the final character is going to be for this MK1 roster. Let's go ahead and get into it. So look, y'all. Everybody knows in the story, and the roster is following what's going to happen in the story. And my bad if I sound a little quiet, y'all. I was yelling all day yesterday, and now my throat is sore. I messed up, man. I did. But everything is following the MK1 roster for the story, right? So, that being said, Liu Kang ended up turning the timeline and reverting it back. So now we are back in time. We are looking at around the time of where things happen in Deception, and next would be Armageddon if we were going based off of the old timeline, right? So when Liu Kang reset the timeline, everything isn't what it's saying. Everything is basically like alternate, okay? So keep this in mind towards the end of the video, all right? So we have basically the same rivals. We have old rivals and we have newer rivals. Ashura and Natara both being rivals. We have rivals such as like Outworld and Earthrealm basically clashing together. So everything is pretty much the same concept, right? But everything is slightly altered. For example, Sub-Zero is, he's Sub-Zero, but his brother is Scorpion. So Bi-Han being the original Sub-Zero and Kuai Lang being the original Scorpion in this timeline, all right? So, are you guys following me? Because this is what I wanted to talk about today. So, going into Sub-Zero and Scorpion both being brothers, we actually got the final character revealed to us without the final character actually being revealed to us. You guys following? So look, let's go ahead and do a little deep dive into Scorpion's bio, all right? It says at the end of the bio, right? And this is for Scorpion. Remind you, Scorpion is Lin Kuei in this timeline, all right? But it says he fears that he may one day have to battle his brother, who is Sub-Zero, for control over the Lin Kuei's legacy. And in the past, who ends up winning when it is Scorpion versus Sub-Zero, right? Scorpion wins every single time, okay? And the outcome always ends up with Scorpion killing Sub-Zero. After Scorpion kills Sub-Zero, Sub-Zero becomes Noob Saibot. They just told you right then and there in Scorpion's lore that he's going to have to end up fighting Sub-Zero, who is Bi-Han. Bi-Han is also the original Noob Saibot, you guys. Are you piecing the puzzles together? Noob Saibot and Bi-Han are both tied together. They've always been tied together in every MK universe. Why would they stop now? So we are actually going to get Noob Saibot for this final MK roster character, you guys. They told you without telling you, you guys. So here's my theory on everything, And here's what I'm speculating as of right now. All right. Everything is basically the same, but with different characters in different areas. For example, Raiden is taking the spot of Liu Kang, right? Liu Kang is taking the spot of Raiden, okay? So, what they could end up doing is Scorpion could end up losing, right? But I find that highly unlikely because 9 times out of 10, Scorpion ends up beating Sub-Zero. But then again, the timeline is alternate, right? Doesn't go without saying, though, that Scorpion always ends up on top over Sub-Zero, right? So, my theory is that Scorpion and Smoke end up starting the Shirai Ryu, right? Since Smoke, we all know that Smoke ends up going and becoming or creating the Shirai Ryu in this Mortal Kombat timeline. His best friend, and this also hasn't changed, but his best friend, Kuai Lang, is more than likely going to join him in the Shirai Ryu because they don't like the way that Bihan is handling things, right? Because Bihan wants power. That's always what Bihan wanted. That's always what Bihan wants in this timeline as well. So our characters have not changed characters. You see where I'm getting at? So Bihan is more than likely going to fight Kuai Lang to the death because of their disagreement or because he sees Kuai Lang as a traitor, right? So when that happens, they're both going to end up fighting, and Kuai Lang is going to end up killing Bihan. Now we see that Quan Chi is also in this game, right? Okay? Now, Scorpion in this timeline actually isn't a vengeful spirit. Scorpion in other timelines was a vengeful spirit. And that's the only reason I would say that he more than likely doesn't have an upper hand against Kuai Lang, which could mean that Scorpion, who is actually Kuai Lang in this timeline, could actually end up being Noob Saibot as well. So I would say that either it is Bihan or Kuai Lang that is going to be the Noob Saibot. Scorpion could end up dying, and he could end up being the Noob Saibot that we all know and love because he ends up becoming a vengeful spirit, which was the original theory at first. But since Scorpion always comes out on top, and it's a high chance that Scorpion wins majority of the time, I would like to say that Scorpion's going to end up killing Bihan, the original Sub-Zero, and that's how the timeline is going to go, where Quan Chi is actually going to rebuild Bihan when he gets into the Netherrealm and he becomes Noob Saibot once again. But let me know what you guys think about this, man. But what I do know for sure is we are more than likely going to get Noob Saibot, since Natara has already gotten released, since Reiko has already gotten released, and that really only left 2 more people on my roster, if I'm being completely honest with you, which would be Onaga, Noob Saibot, and Jade. And we all know that Jade should have been released in the Ungare trailer. So we're not seeing Jade unless Jade is going to be DLC, okay? I also speculated that Onaga might be in the game as the big bad or an unlockable character, but we got Havoc as the unlockable character for when we are progressing through the story. Hence why he had a lot next to his name for the Natara leak. So I don't think Onaga is going to make an appearance in this game. That only leaves Noob Saibot. And the story is already lining up for Bihan to get folded by Kuai Lang. But this is just speculation, y'all. Y'all let me know in the comments down below what y'all think is going to happen. I also made a poll on whether or not y'all would think that Scorpion would end up killing Sub-Zero in this timeline, man. So y'all can also go to that poll and let me know what y'all thoughts are as well, man. But this is Peeps. I love y'all, man. And I'm out. Peace.